think that for the blind and visually impaired, college can be, it's daunting. Not only do students in this situation have to fill out extra paperwork, you have to register with Office for Students with Disabilities, and there's a lot of responsibility that falls on the student that other students really don't have to deal with.
That was one of my frustrations going through school, was because I couldn't read those textbooks. But then even when taking tests, sometimes I wouldn't be able to see what was on the test, and I would just guess. And then I came to the Lighthouse, and I learned about CCTVs, and I was introduced to using a monocular and the high-powered magnifiers, and I was just amazed that all of this equipment existed.
For adults who are visually impaired, the unemployment rate is pretty staggering. It's most places estimated to be as high as 75 or 80%. When a student receives a scholarship from us, I think it's a show of support that really means a lot to them, to know that they have an agency like the Lighthouse, that they have an individual donor or family who believes in them and who wants to support them through their education.
I've been legally blind since I was 16. My mother has a genetic disorder that she passed on to my brother and I. It's called Stickler syndrome. You might say that it's a distant cousin of macular degeneration. When I was 9 years old, my retina in my right eye detached, something crazy like 80–90%. Then I was 16, I lost a big chunk of sight in my left eye. You still have to move on. You're still in school, assignments still have to get done. And so that was kind of the situation that I think was challenging for my family, was finding a way for me to press forward. To this day, I'm still adjusting to things. I'm still finding things. I mean, there's a lot to take in. I'm a second-year law student at the John Marshall Law School here in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so this is what I do. I listen. I have all my books ordered usually a month and a half in advance before my semester to make sure that the publisher can have them converted to Word files or text files, and then my computer can read those to me.
Folder view, list view, not selected, txt.txt.
You have to establish good relationships with all of your professors. Even if you don't like a professor, you still have to email them and call them and say, what you wrote on the board today, I didn't see that. Or can you email me the handouts before class? The student just needs to be very attentive and do more work than their sighted peers, whether that's law school, whether that's undergrad.
A lot of employers that I talk to just assume they see someone who's blind, and then they just automatically assume that they can't do the work. I remember an employer that I had spoken with, and I started to tell this employer about our clients who are blind or visually impaired. And right away, the person on the phone said to me that, well, they're not going to be able to do the job. And I said, why? And the person said, well, they need to use the computer. If they don't have an idea of how someone is capable of doing a certain type of work, I feel that as an advocate, for someone who is blind or visually impaired, I feel that I need to take that time to educate them.
I remember my mom came into my room and gave me a letter, and I was so excited when I just read, "You've been accepted at the University of Chicago." I think I started jumping up and down. I'm the only undergrad student who has a serious visual disability, so when people approach me, I think I can help with some of the stereotypes that they have.
Really impressed with the schools that our students are attending, the fields that they're going into. We've had scholarship recipients who attended such schools as Oxford University, University of Chicago, University of Illinois, Northwestern University, Johns Hopkins, and they're going into such a diverse array of fields. We have students who are studying chemistry and law and social work and computer science and psychology, and I think that one of the unique things about our scholarship program as well is that it gives a really unprecedented opportunity for our donors to connect directly with our students and for the donors' families to make a connection there.
That's what's nice about the program. You can have a mentoring role in that student's life. Many of our donors like to sponsor a student in a field that they're coming from. We had a donor in the past year that had given a gift in memory of a colleague of theirs, and that was in the same field. The field happened to be medicine. And so it was a nice way to honor that person.
And I think the philosophy of the Lighthouse is, you can do it, right? I mean, it's tough work, but you can do it, believe, right? And here we are, we have the resources to support you. If you're willing to work hard, there should be no reason why any of that can't be accomplished.
I have the biggest and the best family I could ever have being a part of the Chicago Lighthouse. They have made my life possible.
I have gone to work with Anthony Thomas, who is a public defense attorney, and he's great. He's a public defender, and I've seen him win cases in almost a Hollywood climactic kind of fashion. Just because you don't have eyesight doesn't mean that you can't succeed and be good, and be really good. And these guys have basically said to me, look, here we are, we have no vision, and we're respected.
We're all very fortunate to work at a place where we see miracles happening every day here, and that's what brings me here every day. People's lives being changed, having a very positive impact, and being a support system for people who are in need.
And every day I do what the Lighthouse has done for me. I help show other children that anything is possible.